There are a lot of joys to aging. There are a lot of joys to aging. For example, I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I even get out of bed. No more PMS. When I tell you I'm going to kill you, I mean it. Yeah. And you can eat whatever you want after you get to be a certain age. I don't know whether you've gotten there or not. You can eat whatever you want. You don't get fat, which is really nice. I went to Ben & Jerry's and I ordered a hot fudge sundae with extra fudge, extra nuts, and extra whipped cream. And the waitress said, "You forgot the cherry." I said, "Listen, I lost that years ago. Now I'm into nuts." She said, "You eat that. That's going to go right to your hips." I said, "They're brand new. They can take it." And people wonder why they should listen to comedy about being old. Well, actually, I'm your future. If you're lucky. Isn't that right? Yeah. And besides, 77 isn't that old. I understand it's the new 76. And my face is my fortune. Joan Rivers hired me for the before picture. But actually, they've given me 45 minutes up here because they think that's all the time I've got left. Now, I can hardly blame them. When I go through airport security, it sounds like I just hit the jackpot in Vegas. How do? You can get through there all right? There's a few little blinks and bloops. Yeah, I know. Actually, I've had so many body replacements, I lost my senior citizen discount. But I've been around. I've had a big life. I did cruise ships. I did the Mayflower. I knew John Smith, but he wanted Pocahontas, and I don't do sex that way. But I like to keep up to date. I like to keep up to the minute, and I love to go to raves. I do. I just turn my... I am. Go, Granny, go. Isn't that? Yeah, go, Granny, go. I just turn my hearing aid off and I put my pacemaker on vibrate and I'm there. And I've been reading the news and I understand that they've done a big study, a big expensive study, and they proved that testosterone is toxic. I could have told them that after the first marriage, couldn't you? Yeah. I love my computer. Don't you love your computer? I do. I love it. I understand that a lot of women are using computers for sex. I don't understand how they can fit it in. But I love Facebook because now that I have Facebook, my box is always full. Which is quite a difference. I understand. Can we have that again? I haven't heard that in a long time. I love the virtual games. Don't you love the virtual? It's the Sims family, isn't that right? The virtual games on the computer. Have you played them? Anybody? They're really wonderful. You can get a virtual house with no mortgage. You can get a virtual dog that doesn't bark. You can get a virtual teenager that isn't on drugs, doesn't steal the car, and isn't pregnant. Can't find that. You can get a virtual husband that finally does something right. Yeah. And then I understand that when gorillas want romance, they tempt prospective mates with meat. It's a new world. It really is a new world. Mine always used jewelry, didn't yours? Yeah. And speaking of jewelry, when my old guy gave me a pearl necklace, I could wear it. I could wear it for 20 years. Now I have to wash it off. But I love my poodle. I do. I love my poodle. I dressed him in a tuxedo and I hauled out the old wedding dress and we went to a party on Halloween. It wouldn't be the first dog I married, but you'll be hearing about that too. And I understand more and more people are sleeping with their animals. I divorced mine. I found a really hot number at Woodlawn Cemetery not long ago. My God, he had a full head of hair, looked like he was standing on his own legs. He was short, but they all get short, you know. Yeah. And he was 80 years old. 80 years old. He drove over to my house in a 1933 Ford. I want to tell you something. Anything that old is going to have something broken, right? Something missing, something leaking, right? And the car was a mess, too. I hate when people treat me like I'm old. I do. I could kill them. So I got myself a 44 Magnum. Listen, if they give me life, how long can it be, right? Yeah. And I get myself 3 meals, a bed, and a bitch. I'm not sure I could handle the bitch, but I'm pretty sure she'll handle me. Which is quite a change from the home. Actually, the reason that I am in such good shape, always remember this, people, is because of my attitude. Attitude is everything. I got my attitude from my mother. I got a lot of things from my mother, which is why I've been in therapy for 70 years. My mother yelled at my father so much that when she died, he thought he'd gone deaf. But my mother thought she had very good advice for me. She said, all nice girls get married. Did your mother pull that crap on you? No, your mother was liberated. Yeah, did yours? Yeah, here's one that suffered. Yeah, all nice girls get married. But have you looked at our choices, ladies? I don't want to hurt your feelings, guys, but have you looked? Yeah, there are 2 kinds of men. Actually, in Brighton, there are 3. There's the kind that smoke Marlboros, don't wear condoms, and beat their wives. There's that kind. I married one of those, and I can still remember his throwing me across the bed and saying, I can't do it, I can't do it. And I said, can't do what? He said, I can't grow a mustache. I said, never mind, I can. Always, always the enabler. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He was an interesting man. He was very small. Very small. And my mother-in-law, when we were engaged, my mother-in-law took me to a butcher shop, and she showed me a little 2-pound chicken. And she said, that's how big he was when he was born. I said, nothing much grew, did it? He couldn't see real well, so when he went to bed, he'd take off his glasses and he'd say, where are you? And I said, if you can find me, you can have me. Which is why I'm still a virgin.